Hello everyone, this is Carlos, your host the most, and this is my patient Juris. He's gonna be my patient today. Usually he's the host the most dosed, but today I'm gonna show you guys how to make people move around the bench just so you can get in the best places to get a tattoo clean and nice.
And we have this fancy bed here, but we'll go with a minimalistic approach so you can get away with the cheapest massage type of a bed. So for everyone who's starting and they're like, oh, I want this fancy bed, you can get away with way less stuff. At the end I'll share one or two things where I think this is good, but otherwise we'll go with minimalistic and with a small regular arm rest.
You don't need any fancy transformer stuff, it's gonna be easy. But first, remember one thing, never put anything on your back pocket because it's gonna deform your stability of your back. So throw all away, pockets have to be clean and empty. So let's go, let's start to positioning your customer.
I think we'll do the same way like we did in the stretching video, where we talked about skin stretching, which you can check somewhere here.
Yeah.
We'll go from the top down, like head, neck, chest, arms, back, front.
And then we go to the feet. That's probably the most easy part to tattoo on a bench like this, but let's start with the head. Okay, head.
Should I take my shoes off?
Please, up to you.
Because when people ask me, do I have to take shoes off? I always say, don't worry, we sometimes clean here.
First things first, we start with the back, with the head, yeah?
Yeah.
In Denmark, head tattoos are illegal, but doesn't matter.
We are in Germany now.
So, I'm not a big head guy. Let's skip the head. It turns out we don't have experience to tattoo heads, but I've seen it. I mean,
But leave it in the comment section if you know good positions for top of head.
not the nice way to start, but okay. So we start with the neck. Neck, I usually put the person down. So go on the back, turn on one side. So we figure out that we will tattoo this part, yeah? You can get easily here, you can tattoo, whatever.
Look at my butt.
Sometimes when you have to tattoo in this area, it's fine, okay? But if you have to start to tattoo on a shoulder piece, then you make the person sit up. You can start to tattoo this while you're standing, this area, as you can see. So that would be neck, back of the neck. You will lay down on your belly. Usually, yeah, something like this. Place your hands here, like that. Yeah. This is a good place. It's stretched out and it's perfect, and you can tattoo it also from this side, or you can come from this side and tattoo. Depends. Also, the option for the neck is when the person sits on the bench with the back against me. Look at the wall. It's a workout for you today. And you can tattoo like this, also easy. One thing you have to be sure about, that customer will get tired really easy, because it's not easy to sit like this, bending the head down. But you have to consider that it's gonna happen no matter how you position the person, unless you put it down on the stomach. Let's continue with the throat. We go down like this. And you can never look in the customer's eyes when you're that close, but
don't lick your lips.
and please smell good. So you can easily get to the throat like here, throat tattoos, yeah, and the chest.
When I got my this tattooed, I was hanging head over the side of a bed.
Yeah, like completely. Also a cracker.
I don't want to do that.
Yeah, but here also you can get it. If you want to tattoo ears, you turn the head, you can get it there. Also with the head, side of the heads, you can tattoo it here. Next, we're gonna move.
Also important, remember that you don't have to be on the side, you can move
Around, yeah. Sometimes it's easy to go behind the person.
and you can bend ears.
Bend ears, yeah. Figure out what's the best position for you, don't rush it. Find the best position, and tattoo will look better than ever. Let's move on to the shoulders, okay? When I tattoo shoulders, I place people like this, laying down. I put the shoulder like that, and from here I'm tattooing. Sometimes it's hard. Sometimes you can put a pillow under the arm like this. It's more stretch the skin, and you can tattoo this area like that as well. There is another option to put completely down, and you can get it in these areas, yeah? And then you can go to the chest like that. Everyone knows how to tattoo a chest. This is the easy part. Arm goes down like this. If you wanna get into armpit, you stretch it out completely to get it here. If you can get your ink in the skin in this position, you can start to bend arms like this, or go completely so the skin stretches completely like this, so the skin here is stretched, everything is nice. I wish your shirt would be off, but we're not gonna do this.
Somebody had a question about the back of armpit area.
Like this, easy, like this. You can get it here. It's all about bending it so the skin stretches in the area where you want to tattoo. For me, the best tattoo these areas is like this. The skin is stretched and it's easy to get there. If you want to get more on the side, let the person turn completely on the side. More. Yes. And bow. Bow. And also, this is a good way to tattoo shoulder if that previous position wasn't good for me. So you can stand up like this and tattoo a shoulder. Bow. And like that. Arm down. Yeah. Elbows. I think these parts are easy, you know, all know how to do it. Also laying down, placing. This position is as traditional as a Black Panther tattoo. And remember to give a pillow to the customer, because if he's gonna feel comfortable, easier for you will be to finish tattoo with no stress.
And if you don't have a pillow, take a pack of paper towels, wrap it in plastic, and you have a pillow.
Yes.
Also,
Yeah.
you can use it to put underneath things.
But if you're a tattooer and you make money out of tattoos, please buy a pillow. Easy, classical place, tattooing, skin is stretched. Sometimes when you have to tattoo this area, you stretch the skin. It's all about stretching the most, you know. But sometimes you can't stretch too much, because if you're gonna stretch too much and do slow lines, when you're gonna bend it back, there might be too much ink under the skin, so be careful with that thing. Elbow, you have to lay on the stomach. And remember, this is just my way, how I do it, and it helped me heaps. I hope it's gonna help you guys. So let's go to the elbow. Elbow, I usually tattoo like this, around the elbow, like this. But when you get to the center of the elbow, you ask the person to place the elbow like this. And then I do lines. You have to have steady hands to do it, but it's for me the best way to do lines and shadings, and it's the quickest way because the skin is stretched. My colleagues don't do that often, but I do, and it works, you know.
I do this thing where I hang it.
Also like that, but the only problem here is that you as a tattooer are placed yourself in a bad position. And that means that sometimes you can not make a perfect line just because you are in a bad position.
Scaring the customer.
Yeah, but for this area that's on top of the elbow, easily, like here, and also like this, you can get in these areas and like that. So I think we're done with the arm.
Palm, common sense.
Yeah.
Boom, boom.
Yeah. Back pieces, boom, like that. Ass crack like that. You can do it like this. Thighs and the legs in general like this. You can tattoo also easily. When you want to tattoo ribs, you turn on the side.
And if you don't want to look on customers' eyes, you can choose.
Yeah. But I really believe that it's easier to tattoo ribs when the customer is with the back against. Yeah, it's just easier to get closer to you, you know, from behind. So ribs, usually I let the person's arm to go under the head. You can get a nice stretch here. Of course, use your hand to stretch more. Both hands, each hand opposite direction. That's
Also,
another story.
which side facing could be important sometimes when you tattoo women.
Yeah.
And it's just the breasts are sometimes in a way, one
Yeah.
way, or it depends which way you hold machine or you stretch it. Avoid awkward situations.
Yeah, and for example, if a lady has a big boo, you can make the bench have a little angle, so you don't go like this to tattoo the chest. If it's like sit a little bit like that, then the place is even.
And even cheap massage benches have that option, but that's debatable. Stomach?
Stomach, when you lay on the back, you usually tattoo stomach like this, blah blah blah. You go down. Let's get to the knees now. Knees, I usually tattoo knees like this, but when a person needs, again, like as same as the elbow, need to bend a bit, you can do this, stand up. You can put the pillow behind the between the legs, so there is a nice soft thing between.
Like a support.
Yeah, support. And then you can tattoo this side, or you can turn on the other side, or maybe the customer should turn completely on the side, and you can get to this area. But as long as this is bent, you will do your job much more quick. This part, obviously like that. If you want to tattoo feet, you do this, and you tattoo feet. Ankles, the same. Put the pillow between the legs, so it's soft, and you tattoo ankles.
Out.
Out, yeah, like that.
Have you tattooed bottom of foot?
No.
I have.
But
It's either just straight up and you are in an awkward position, or if it's some fail-safe design up.
yeah. I tattooed once the toes, the under the,
Yeah.
and then also you were laying on the back, and I hold the toes like this.
It's like tattooing a bean or something.
Yeah. One thing about back pieces, when you are close to the tail, that place is so stretchy that
And-
when you're laying on the stomach,
It also tends to do
yeah, and it's hard to get an ink there. So I usually like ask person to bend, sit like this, bend, and then you do the bottom part. But the one thing, the person has to bend a lot. It's almost like a table for you, you know?
I've seen where somebody was sitting on a bed,
Yeah.
holding a pillow like this.
And like
Yeah.
completely.
It looked very nice to tattoo and stretching, but the position seemed so awkward that it's strange that.
Sometimes, man. Sometimes it's completely embryonic.
There was also that thing, viral video where guy was tattooing this part and the customer was holding leg like this.
Yeah.
And it's also like, well, if it's like a regular customer that you're cool with, cool, but just the
I thought it's
Just any-
more like a video fun thing to do, but
otherwise you'll get me too'd for it.
yeah, but I wouldn't be surprised that some people in America does that, because America is a great place to do all kinds of things.
Inside of a lip, I usually do them sitting there,
Yeah.
and then I hold with one, but it's tricky. You don't want to let it go. So from
I will
there,
not.
yeah. So with one, you
Oh yeah, I haven't thought about it.
because this sitting in front of each other. And
Yeah, only best friends can do that.
we did it all.
I think I ran through like crazy.
There's also always these positions because sometimes some customers prefer to see and they.
Sometimes you can also sit and do like this, and it's easy to get there, bam, bam, bam. But for real, like the positioning is like actually super underrated thing, because it's so much easier to do a good tattoo, and also for a customer, it's easier sometimes just because of the proper positioning to handle pain better. So really think about this thing.
And we choose to keep this flat to show that it's possible on very minimalist setup.
Yeah.
Obviously having all the cool stuff is cool. Downsides of these beds, and this is one of the best options, is that you don't have as a tattooist much place where to place your feet underneath, and there's all sorts of metal stuff that you can bump into. It works for me, but where I wanted to show where this is the option that works for me is when I tattoo stomach, these areas, or same with the back. I would put these down a bit.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Bum. And then it's more stretch because legs are more down here.
Oh yeah.
And same thing applies for the bottom of the back. Bit more straight.
Yeah. Like this is this is
Don't think-
ridiculous, but yeah, I mean, I got it. Can you go away? I'll show you. I just came up with the idea. I think if you as a customer is like, I want to do this as fast as possible because it's painful, it's crazy. I think I would like sit like this if it would help.
And it's a good stretch.
And I think you can like lay like this for like half an hour. So remember, stretch skin, right way and easy way.
And if there's something that we didn't cover, then leave that in the comment section. Check out skin stretching video.
It's really like a quick one that we ran through really fast. If some professionals look at this and think we are mad, then hey,
Talk to us.
talk to us, yeah. But 13 years of experience, this is what we came up with.
Thank you. Subscribe, like, share.
My name is Carlos, your host the most. We see you around the globe. Bye.
Tattoo Shop Talk. God damn it.